Hey everyone, my name is Hiner and I am a level 5 executive consultant with Rodan & Fields. And I am going to share with you my story and how I got started with this company. So, I am born and raised from Muskogee, Oklahoma. I'm happily married to my husband Ryan of 9 years. He is a fireman here in Muskogee, and we have two precious, beautiful little girls, Emma, who is 5, and Allie, who is 3. And I am a preschool teacher by education. So my story starts almost 4 years ago this August. You see, I had just taken my first preschool teaching job and I was so excited. As a first year teacher, I could not wait to get into my classroom to help create this atmosphere of learning and love for these precious little hearts and bodies that I was going to touch my first year of teaching and for many more years out, or so I thought. So I say my story started 4 years ago before I'd ever heard about Rodan & Fields, before I'd ever seen a before and after picture. And as I was signing on that dotted line on my teaching contract, that evening, Ryan and I found out that we were expecting our second little girl, Allie. Well, on December the 16th, it was a Monday morning, I had walked into school and I was just as excited as my 4 and 5-year-old little babies. We were going to do the gingerbread man hunt. That meant that I was 32 weeks pregnant and I was going to be waddling all around the school chasing our escaped gingerbread man. And I was okay with that because they were so happy and excited. They had thought about it all weekend and were eager to get started. Well, upon dismissal of that day, I was dismissing 40 to 50 4 and 5-year-olds from school. They were excited. It was loud. It was hectic. Their little hearts were just so full of joy and happiness, and all their little voices just made my heart smile. So as I was dismissing them, my water broke. I was scared. I was panicked. Anything and everything you can think ran through my mind. So I waddled back into my classroom. I picked up my phone. I called my husband and I called my mom. Well, after 80 hours of laying in labor, on December the 19th of 2013, Allie was born. Guys, she was perfect. She had a head full of black curly hair. She weighed 3 pounds and 1 ounce, and everything was over. And I was relieved. We were excited, and so we knew that everything was going to be okay, or so we thought. 24 hours later, the neonatologist walked into my hospital room. As I was sitting in the hospital bed and Ryan was sitting on the hospital couch, he told us that Allie was born with a birth defect. She was born with an esophageal atresia, tracheoesophageal fistula type C. My heart was crushed. My world stopped even more. He told us that what that meant was that her food pipe was not connected to her stomach. They were going to transfer her to a hospital in Tulsa. After a few surgeries, everything would be okay. When we got to that hospital in Tulsa, those doctors told Ryan and I that Allie may not ever see, she may never hear, she may never eat by mouth, and they don't know if she'll live past her first birthday. They're not sure what other birth defects that she was born with. After some testing and further in-depth genetic testing, they would let us know. So as we were standing outside of the room of 521, Ryan and I accepted our journey. We began to pray and thank God because we knew that He was in control. We were not in control anymore. Well, after a 6-month hospital stay, a 6-week stay in Boston at Boston Children's Hospital, on May the 19th of 2014, Ryan and I were signing discharge papers to bring our baby girl home from the hospital for the first time in 6 months. We were going to fly home commercially. Southwest, we were flying home with our baby girl back to Muskogee, Oklahoma to be a family for the first time. We were overwhelmed, we were overjoyed, and we were so thankful that God blessed us with this walking, living miracle testimony. So as we were signing our discharge papers, the doctors in Boston told us that it was in our best interest that Allie not go to daycare. that one of us stay at home with her. So I was like, you know what? We'll just worry about that when we get home. But for now, I'm ready to get home. Well, after being at home for a couple of days, reality sunk in. I had quit my teaching job. So Ryan and I went from 2 incomes to 1 income. I've never not worked. I've never not had an income. So I knew that God did not bring us that far to leave us alone. I knew He would lead us to where we needed to go. So I had been seeing before and afters, just like all of you. I had been seeing all of the payday posts, and I was intrigued. But I simply thought I didn't have time. I mean, I had a child who had a feeding tube. I had a child who had breathing treatments around the clock, doctor's appointments every day, and I also had a 2-year-old at home. So I was like, no way, I can't do that, I don't have time. But I knew there weren't any deliveries, there was no sales quotas, and I knew that that would be something that I could do. But I thought to myself, I wasn't good enough, or that person already has everyone, or they have money, or this one. What is everyone going to think of me? It's direct sales. But deep down, I felt that it was different. I was secretly hiding behind the screen, creeping on Facebook, and I was watching. My skin was crazy, so I knew I needed something, but I dare not message, like, or comment on anything that crazy Rodanian Fields girl is talking about, right? But reality set in. Medical bills were coming in. Debt was pouring in. I had lost my self-worth, my self-identity. I felt horrible because my husband was taking extra shifts and doing whatever it took to make ends meet. So I had been praying for an opportunity, something to allow me to be able to give back to my family. I love my children. I love being a stay-at-home mom, but that was not something that I wanted to do. So I'd been praying, God, show me something. Do I go back to teaching? Do I go back to waiting tables? What can I do? But I've got to do something. So I told Ryan I wanted to try Rodanian Fields. He laughed. He told me I was crazy. And I said, will you please just pray about it with me? Please just pray about it with me. I kept thinking to myself, what if I miss out? What if this is the answer to my prayer? So let's talk about Boston for a minute. Ryan and I have been praying for an opportunity and a door to open to get Allie the best health care possible. Because to be honest with you, things were not looking good. She was not doing good, and I knew that it was time for a change, and I had to accept that. So Ryan and I had been praying and seeking God and asking Him, what do we do? Where do we go? What do you want us to do? Whatever it is, we'll do it. The doors to Boston were opened. Ryan and I were scared to death. We did not know what we were doing. We did not know what lied ahead. I didn't even know where Boston was. I didn't know how we were going to pay for it. But all I knew is that we had been praying for an opportunity to get Allie the best health care possible for the birth defect that she was born with. And I knew that if He opened those doors and we walked through those doors by faith, that He would bless them. It's the same with this opportunity. I didn't know what I was saying yes to. I didn't know anything about skincare. I didn't know anything about direct sales. But here's what I love. Our lives don't come with a manual, a step-by-step instruction guide, because never in a million years did I think I would be in direct sales, and never in a million years did I think that I would have a child born with a birth defect. But here's what I can tell you. I am forever thankful that our lives don't come with a step-by-step instruction guide, because if they did, let's just be honest, I would have ran away, I would have hid, I would have been scared, I would have curled up in a ball, I would have locked myself in the closet. If I would have known everything that I was going to go through, what I went through, where I am now, and what lies ahead. So 2 years ago, on February the 4th of 2015, I did it. I said yes. Yeah, I was scared, I was excited, and everything in between. That was me. So now let's talk about 2 years later. I've replaced my teaching income. We've paid off debt. I have a newfound confidence in myself that I never knew I had. I am a better wife. I am a better mom. All because I said yes. Yes to something I knew nothing about. All because I had been praying for an opportunity to change my family's life. And I know without a doubt very soon my husband is going to have the choice of whether or not he goes to work. I'm no different than you. I'm not. All I did was say yes. All I did was say yes and follow what our successful leaders say to do. I listened to that small voice on the inside of me, that quiet one that comes up every now and then and says, do it, just try it. Believe in yourself because you are worth it and you have what it takes. Was I passionate about skincare? No. It just so happens that skincare is the vehicle that allows me to be able to dream again. Trust me, when we say it's so much more than skincare, it truly is. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.